Hey, welcome back. This is episode 13 of the Salesforce Agentforce Masterclass. Today, Model Builder, BYOM connecting OpenAI and Anthropic. Architecting enterprise-grade custom LLM integrations in Agentforce. Let's get into it. Here's what we're covering today. Understanding the Model Builder orchestration layer then, BYOM integration architecture and request flows then, securing external endpoints with named credentials then, mapping custom payloads for OpenAI and Anthropic APIs then, applying the trust layer to external foundation models then, fine-tuning hyperparameters, temperature, max tokens, then, handling latency, rate limits, and resilient routing then, testing and activating models in the model playground. Stay for the last one, it's the piece most tutorials miss. Let me explain this simply. Today, we are going beyond pre-built boundaries to connect external LLM powerhouses directly into Agentforce. Model Builder allows us to run a unified orchestration layer where Salesforce handles CRM context, and your choice of OpenAI or Anthropic handles the high-octane cognitive reasoning.
That sounds incredibly powerful, but how do we keep our customer data safe and handle API payload translations without writing thousands of lines of integration code?
Welcome back, family. Today, we are deep diving into Model Builder, the ultimate command center for Bring Your Own Model, or BYOM. Think of Model Builder as a highly skilled universal translator sitting inside Salesforce. Instead of being locked into a single default model, you can plug in OpenAI, Anthropic, or even your custom-hosted models on AWS or Databricks. In this slide, we will unpack how Model Builder acts as the orchestrator, letting you configure, test, and safely deploy foundation models across the entire Agentforce ecosystem. To truly appreciate BYOM, we need to look at the architectural flow of a single prompt request. When an autonomous agent decides it needs a custom LLM, it doesn't just call an API directly. Instead, the prompt passes through the Einstein trust layer first, then hits Model Builder, which acts as the routing engine. From there, Model Builder formats the request, wraps it in secure credentials, and fires it over to your external model provider. The response flows back along the same secure highway, getting audited before reaching the user. Security is the ultimate deal breaker for any enterprise architect, and BYOM doesn't compromise. We don't hard-code API keys or leave secrets in custom Apex classes anymore, instead, we leverage named credentials and AWS PrivateLink. This setup establishes a secure, encrypted tunnel directly from Salesforce to your external LLM instances, whether they live in OpenAI's cloud or a private AWS VPC. By decoupling authentication from the integration layer, we ensure that keys are safely rotated and never exposed to the developer console. Every LLM provider expects data structured in a slightly different way, with OpenAI preferring its classic chat completion structure, and Anthropic using its structured messages API. Model Builder elegantly solves this mismatch by utilizing a universal schema translator. When you register a model, Salesforce automatically maps standard variables like prompt context, history, and system instructions into the specific JSON format your target model expects. This abstracts away the tedious task of parsing raw JSON payloads manually in your custom integrations. One common myth is that using an external model means bypassing the Einstein trust layer, but that is completely false. Every single outbound prompt orchestrated by Model Builder still undergoes rigorous data masking to protect PII before leaving the Salesforce boundary. When the external LLM sends its response back, the trust layer intercepts it to run toxicity scanning and check for hallucinations. This gives you the creative freedom of OpenAI or Anthropic combined with the bulletproof security of Salesforce Enterprise Guardrails. Model Builder isn't just a basic router, it is a full-featured LLM control panel where you can fine-tune model execution. Directly within the setup UI, you can adjust parameters such as temperature, which controls creativity, and max tokens, which caps generation length. Lowering temperature is critical for structured tasks like generating JSON, while raising it helps with creative copywriting. These configurations can be saved as distinct model profiles, allowing different Agentforce tasks to consume the same model with wildly different behaviors. When architecting enterprise AI solutions, you must design for the realities of the web, latency spikes and API rate limits. Model Builder provides built-in mechanisms to monitor round-trip latency and handle HTTP 429 rate-limiting errors gracefully. By setting up fallback routing policies within Salesforce, you can ensure that if your primary model is throttled, requests automatically reroute to an alternative instance. This high-availability design prevents your autonomous agents from stalling during peak operational hours. We wrap up our masterclass in the Model Builder playground, where the magic truly comes to life. Before activating your external LLM for production agents, you can execute real-time test runs using actual CRM token data. This interactive environment allows you to compare side-by-side outputs, analyze processing speed, and measure token utilization. Once you are satisfied with the performance, activating the model registers it as a globally available service, ready to be consumed by Prompt Builder and Agentforce actions. Alright, let's wrap up. Here are the key things to remember. Model Builder unifies external LLMs into a standardized API schema inside Salesforce. Named Credentials and AWS PrivateLink secure outbound data handshakes. The Einstein Trust layer remains active, masking data and scanning inbound content. Configuring hyperparameters directly within Model Builder customizes runtime behaviors dynamically. If this helped, hit like, it really helps the channel. Next up, AF_EP14_trust_layer_deep_dive. See you tomorrow.